fade in on Chicago's skyline at dusk, shadows stretching like fingers across the city. Welcome to Tiny Tale Studios, where we probe the darkest corners of the human psyche. Tonight, we confront Richard Benjamin Speck, a name that chills the air, a drifter whose shadow fell heavy in 1966. In a quiet Chicago townhouse, he extinguished the lives of 8 student nurses, shattering a city's sense of safety. This is no mere crime story. It's a descent into the abyss of a fractured mind. The summer of 1966 held its breath as one woman's courage unveiled a nightmare. How does an ordinary man become a vessel of chaos? What unseen forces shaped Speck's path to infamy? As we unravel his tale, the line between human and horror blurs, pulling us into a silence that screams with questions. Join us as we trace the footsteps of a tragedy where the ordinary conceals the unthinkable and the past whispers warnings we dare not ignore. Rural Illinois, 1940s. A boy wanders alone, eyes hollow. Richard Speck, born December 6, 1941, in Monmouth, Illinois, was the 7th child of a Baptist family. His father's death at age 6 shattered his world, leaving a void filled by a volatile stepfather. In Dallas, Texas, neglect and beatings brewed resentment. School became a memory as Speck's migraines and blackouts hinted at deeper turmoil. His youth, a canvas of unheeded cries. By adolescence, Speck was adrift alcohol, his crutch. Petty crimes, his outlet. Thefts, assaults, and failed marriages marked his path, each act a flare of rage. Psychologists later saw the signs: trauma, addiction, perhaps neurological scars from falls. His aimless drift as a seaman and carpenter carried him to Chicago in 1966, a city blind to the storm he carried. Speck's life was a mosaic of warnings, a man unraveling, his psyche a labyrinth poised to erupt. July 13, 1966. A Chicago townhouse on East 100th Street hums with humid stillness. 9 student nurses, their futures bright, settle in, unaware of the intruder slipping through an unlocked screen. Richard Speck, clouded by liquor and pills, enters like a spectre. He gathers them, his presence a suffocating weight. Their fear rising like a tide, the night stretches, each moment heavy with dread, as prayers falter and hope frays under his silent control. Hours crawl as Speck's commands fracture the woman's unity, leading them away one by one. The silence between a growing terror. Beneath the bed, Corazon Amurao hides, her heartbeat a drum against the floorboards. Her quiet resilience defies the nightmare. As dawn breaks, she emerges, her voice trembling but resolute, alerting a shocked city. 8 lives are lost, their absence a wound. The night leaves a question: how does one mind wield such chilling power? Chicago, 1966. Gripped by panic. Headlines scream of the townhouse horror. Police scour clothes, and citizens bolt doors. Corazon Amurao's memory. Speck's pockmarked face. His born to raise hell tattoo fuels a manhunt. Media amplifies the terror. Sketches haunting every corner, turning strangers into suspects. Speck vanishes into Chicago's underbelly, his mind a maze of evasion, as the city holds its breath, haunted by the proximity of unseen evil. Days pass. Speck's desperation peaks in a failed suicide attempt, landing him in a hospital. A doctor spots the infamous tattoo beneath bandages, the final clue. On July 19, police close in, capturing the drifter who eluded them briefly but boldly. The arrest eases fear, but not questions. How did he slip through society's cracks? The hunt reveals a truth chaos locks close. In the overlooked, the transient, the ordinary turned sinister. A Peoria courtroom, 1967. Jurors face Richard Speck, cameras capturing every tense glance. Amoral's testimony, paired with fingerprints and that tattoo, seals his fate. The defense pleads insanity, trauma, addiction, brain damage, but the jury convicts swiftly, sentencing him to death, later commuted to life. The trial exposes his psyche's fractures, yet offers no solace, only a mirror to society's struggle with understanding the roots of such darkness. In Stateville Prison, Speck's mask slips. A 1988 video shocks. Speck, altered by smuggled hormones, flaunts a twisted freedom, boasting of drugs and defiance. Unrepentant, he reveals in infamy his psychological decay laid bare. His 1991 death, a day shy of 50, closes a chapter, but not the enemies. Speck's prison years reflect no redemption, only a deeper plunge into a void, challenging our grasp of evil's unyielding hold. Modern Chicago bustles, yet 1966 lingers like a ghost. Richard Speck's crimes reshaped crime reporting, birthing sensationalism that blurred truth and fear. His case spurred forensic psychology, probing trauma and neurology's role in violence. Legislation on victim rights and prison oversight shifted, driven by his infamy and that shocking tape. Speck's story forces a question. What festers in society's blind spots, waiting for a fracture to unleash its chaos? Speck's legacy is a caution, not a spectacle. His unrepentant detachment mirrors a void where empathy should reside, urging us to weigh nature against nurture. Evil hides in the mundane, in overlooked drifters, and ignored warnings. His story compels us to face our fragility, the thin line between order and anarchy. Thank you for watching Tiny Tale Studios. Subscribe to uncover the darkness that hides in plain sight.